Tiger fans are on their feet.
As they should be.
He pulls it in for the 25-yard touchdown. In Erie, Colorado, you are title town today. Tigers are on top by 2 scores. And welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. You are looking live at Tiger Stadium as the Montrose Redhawks are here for a little rematch. And you might remember a year, well, not even a year ago, the huge game here in Tiger Stadium. So glad that you could join us here for this one as we will get you all set up. I'm Brandon Bird, and alongside me is my color guy tonight. It's Keegan McKenzie. And Keegan, always great to be at Tiger Stadium. The weather is actually worse today than it was in early November last year for a bit of a playoff game. And so it's colder today. That might impact the game, but man, the students have to be pretty excited about the prospects of tonight.
Yeah, I had the honor to be in the student section that playoff game, and to be up here tonight and how I felt that day at that playoff game, you know, brings back a lot of memories. You know, I see some rain coming in, so yeah, we're set for a good one tonight.
Well, welcome into the Gen Realty broadcast booth. Be sure to check Gen Realty out online at genrealty.com. We have a little bit of a recap from last week. We're going to go over the Chasanow top 10. We're going to see some highlights from that Mullen game last week as well. But we are going to take a quick time out here on the Erie Tiger Network.
If you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School, well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon, a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program. You get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction in knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
You are watching the ETN. You are watching the ETN.
Some of the youth Tigers introduced here in the stadium. So glad you could join us here for this broadcast. But before we start talking about this week, let's take a look at last week and what happened.
I believe I'm free. 1, 2, 3, believe.
So the Tigers will kick it off. Barnett looking left, hangs in the pocket, fires the deep ball, has Kane Lettuce. Oh, who hauls it in across the 40? Tucks it, looking to run toward the corner of the end zone. He'll knife his way in, and the Tigers take the lead on an 11-yard touchdown scamper. Runs around the right side, breaks a tackle, bounces down the sideline. Was there a face mask? He tiptoes inside the sideline across the 30. Lusk with some tough running. Barnett runs play action, lobs one up for Lettuce. Single coverage, juggling catch, falls backward down to the 12. Barnett takes it, lowers the head, sneaks through a couple arm tackles, and then just powers his way across the goal line into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown, and they lead it with 11:18 remaining here in quarter number 2. And just sprinting into the backfield was Carson Hageman. Handoff to Lusk, cuts it against the grain, gets to the outside, up the sideline across the 50, lowers his head and scampers out of bounds. Barnett takes it. He's going to run the read option, keeps it himself, cuts at the field, breaks a tackle, sprints to the end zone. Plenty of return room. Let's see what Kana does here. Catches it back near the 20. Makes two-man miss. Now breaks it to the outside across the 30. Makes the punter miss across the 40. Breaks a tackle. Has a man coming open down the sideline, and Sweeney catches it. Big hole there for Kana across the 40. Sprints it out to the near sideline, up the sideline, across the 30, the 25, and he's finally shoved out of bounds. And it's Pogo on the catch. Gonna throw on the run. Has Jonathan O'Brien, who goes up for the catch, and he has his first career catch. Direct snap to Kana, bends it around to the near side, has great blocking, and walks into the end zone. Ford in the shotgun, takes the snap to sophomore, he'll hand it off. Lusk makes a nice move, makes another man miss. He's at the sideline, and Lusk finally gets tackled from behind. Ward in the shotgun, claps the hands, gets the snap, he'll keep it himself, left side, big hole, Ward will scoot into the end zone for a touchdown, his first career touchdown, and Ward was not even touched. A 26-yard scamper for Ronan Ward. All right, so you got a little bit of a taste of last week. I know you couldn't see it on the ETN, but we were happy to show those highlights to you. And a weird game. Last week had its own unique weather. This week, a different set of weather. Who knows? Maybe next week we'll actually get some normal weather. We hope to take our broadcast with us on the road to Broomfield. Hey, let's go over the top 10 here in the state for 4A. Ponderosa, of course, they beat your Erie Tigers a couple weeks ago. First place right now. They don't even have the most first place votes, but they have the most overall points among the voters. So they are currently the number one team in 4A. Palmer Ridge at number 2. They have the most first place votes. Pueblo West, your Tigers at number 4, just ahead of Broomfield. Boy, if the Tigers could win tonight, that matchup next week is going to be special. And Keegan, I know it's not just some members of the coaching staff for both staffs. The students, they have a little bit of rivalry with Broomfield too.
Yeah, a couple kids I know down there, Cola Crew, and we also have some beef down there with them. So I'm excited to be able to broadcast that one with you. next week. So, yeah, hopefully that will be a good game for us.
Fruita Monument coming in at number 6. Fruita Monument knocked off this Montrose team in the second game. That was last week. And that Palmer Ridge team, they beat Montrose by a touchdown. That was it. So Montrose 0-2 today, but, man, they have had a brutal schedule so far. And we know that Montrose, they are just a good program. So we should expect some good things from them tonight. Loveland coming in at 7, Vista Ridge, Denver South, Dakota Ridge. There you see Montrose at 12, even though they are 0-2. So a matchup of 2 semifinal teams from last year, and what a moment it was last year. You think back to just everything that had happened last year, and, well, let's fire up last year and the highlights, and we'll actually take down the audio, and we'll eventually take down our top 10 graphic here, but you look back at some of what happened last year. The early touchdown there as Aiden Oxiger, he flipped into the end zone. Felt like the Tigers were rolling early. But ultimately, the Tigers started falling behind. And we're going to jump ahead a little bit here in the timeline. In case you don't remember, you needed some big plays. And this is when the magic started to happen. You had the big throw down to Caleb Thyssen, down the sidelines. That fired some fans up. Tigers would... well, this was still early in the first half. Let's jump way ahead here. And we are going to go to, well, when the Tigers were trying to score to make it a one-possession game. And, Keegan, you were there for that. Was all hope lost in the stadium at this point?
I was, and I remember talking to Blake. He said even down on the sideline, the morales were bad. So especially you could imagine in the stands, it was pretty low.
So Barnett was trying to hurry up the offense, get things going here. And, well, they needed some big plays. They got them. And a lot of them came from Aiden Oxiger, who was back in the lineup. You saw Caden Les, Jalen Klickna. He was kind of the spark plug that game, and we'll kind of just jump forward. So the Tigers, they do end up scoring. They kick the extra point. They pull to within 7 points. And then probably the best play in the history of Erie football, maybe outside of a hook and ladder in 1997 and a kick return that would ultimately give the Tigers their only football state championship. But look, you can see Sean Thomas Francisco. He's hanging out. We circled him in red, hanging out near the near sideline, and he has his back turned. He's pretending like he is not going out in the kick. And parents and, last year, we didn't like this little dummy onside kick thing, every onside kick, but you know what? It paid off.
Yep.
It paid off for a moment like this. You had Dom with the perfect kick, and I've never seen anything like it, Keegan.
Yeah. I remember, I still think about it, I get chills. That was probably one of the best plays, except for the kick six in the Auburn-Alabama National Championship that I've ever seen in a football game.
So you had the onside kick recovery, a little bit of confusion in the stadium because they had to bring it back to the point where he recovered. You can't return an onside kick if you're the kicking team. And so, but look, I mean, the reaction, that got the stadium just absolutely juiced. And it just kind of felt like, maybe something magical could happen here. And, you know, Keegan, I've talked with families. I've talked with players. I think this might have been the best football game and the ending to a football game that I have ever been a part of.
Oh, no doubt. I've watched football since I was born. I've never seen anything like this, especially to your hometown Erie. I mean, to be in the stands and to be at your own high school, it was just a crazy experience. The fans were lit. The student section was incredible. I remember after that game being sitting down, like, what just happened?
And you saw the touchdown there to Klickna. That got us to within 1, and the stadium lost it. They lost their minds. There were parents pounding on the press box windows. That was probably the loudest I've ever heard Tiger Stadium be. And, well, you thought you were going to kick an extra point. Forget about it. We are going to call a timeout. We're going to come out. We are going for 2. And we'll actually run that back just a hair as we watch that little 2-point conversion play. And, well, it was Blake Barnett going Superman here into the end zone, and that would give the Tigers the lead. But then you had the magnificent hook and ladder from Montrose, And that really put a scare into the Erie Tigers. In fact, there's the tail end of that play. And at that moment, it was like, uh-oh, the tide could turn quickly. And you know what we will do right before we go to the national anthem here, we'll pick up the audio from this play. And I think that was Hartman on the catch. That was a amazing play design, and no one was there on the backside for Erie. 1st and 10 now from the 40, a minute 16. Here's the play action. Oh, they'll run the little reverse. It's, oh, fumble! The Tigers! Did they jump on it before it went out of bounds? They did! They did! The Tigers recover the fumble! The Tigers jump on the loose football! Oh, Blake Griffin coughed it up as he crossed the 35, and the Tigers recover. Oh, with a minute 8 left, they are going to win this thing! What an incredible
All right, and that
turn!
was the game-winning play. Such magical moments, and Keegan, a moment that I don't think any of us in this press box will ever forget. Certainly something to behold. By the way, we are about to have the national anthem. The national anthem is brought to you by Gilmore Voice Studio. It will be the Topaz Choir here tonight that is doing the national anthem, and they're circling up down there, Topaz, I don't think they're expecting these conditions to sing in, but we will, let's see here. We're still maybe about 30 seconds away or so, but we're always happy to bring you the national anthem, a sponsored segment on the Erie Tiger Network, and it is Gilmore Voice Studio that is the sponsor for the national anthem. So be sure to, well, let's go down there. Oh, man, sorry, we are mistiming the reads a little bit. A little bit of chaos in here, as you might expect. The rain could impact our broadcast here. We have some cameras out there in the rain. We'll monitor that situation, but just so you know, you can kind of see the shot of the flag. And, well, now it's time for the national anthem.
For our country's national anthem, sung by Erie's own all-girls choir, Topaz.
Where's the singer? It's still them? Oh, okay. That was the national anthem as performed by Topaz. Well, we still have a few minutes till the start of the game. We've gone over the last week highlights. We'll talk about some keys to the game and the lineups when we come back here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest.
Hey, Vern.
Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Ginny Hulse in Erie today. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Keegan McKenzie here with you, getting you set. We're about 7 minutes away from kickoff here. Let's go ahead and meet the lineups for tonight's game. Actually, before we even do that, Keegan, you were kind of thinking about some keys. If Erie's going to win this game tonight against a feisty Montrose team, what's going to need to happen?
We got to stop the run, containing the outside with our DNs and, utilizing our linebackers. I also feel like they double up their tight ends, so being able to really stop that run is something that's going to be able to get us this win tonight.
All right, so stopping the run. I mean, that you stop the run, you win the game.
Pretty much.
You only need one key. That's one key to tonight's game.
Defense wins championships.
Tigers are about to take the field, but let's take a look at tonight's offensive starters and defensive starters. We keep having to exit out. There's a little bit of a glitch in our system here, but that's okay. Logan Gilmore, Jackson Clancy, Cade Koblenz, Christian Shutak, Alex Collard. And tonight, that group was much better last week, much improved. And talking about much improved, Blake Barnett, big-time quarterback. Not too often do you get a Power 5 quarterback that starts for your high school team. He looked night and day different last week against Mullen. He looked comfortable.
Yep, 1,000%. I mean, Blake's really the X factor on this football team. When he was off during the Montrose game, I mean, you could tell. His leadership out there is something that really affects his teammates and how the fans act. So to see him strive at Mullen and really bounce back from what happened, that's amazing to see for the Erie Tigers.
Well,
the receivers tonight, Josh Levine, Mason Kogel, Alex Sweeney, Caden Lettuce, your starting receivers, and Trey Connor, your starting running back. Defensively, Jackson Kogel, he was a monster last week against Mullen. Seemed like he was breathing down the quarterback's neck every other play. Marco Antillion, he'll start at nose tackle. Joey Watts at defensive end. You have Carson Hagman. Man, he has played great. Only a sophomore. I think he has been a huge spark plug on this defense.
Yeah, for a defense that's kind of been lacking recently, especially in that Ponderosa game, for a sophomore, a young kid to be out here and make a difference is something really good to see.
Brendan Young, starting outside backer. Jace Onstad, Keaton Strange, Preston Turnova, Dylan Firebaugh, Luke Furman, and Derek Hall are all your starters tonight for the Erie Tigers. And, we are about to see the Tigers enter the stadium, and we are only about 4 minutes away from kickoff here. And, it's a wet one here in Tiger Stadium. You can see our camera up top. That thing is covered in moisture. We're not sure what's going to happen, folks. We have one umbrella. We may condense down to one camera. I'm not totally sure what's going to happen. We're going to monitor our cameras and the rain. Hopefully they don't get too wet as, the Tiger captains coming out onto the field, Blake Barnett, Derek Hall, Logan Gilmore, and I believe Jackson Clancy, or who is that other captain?
I think it's Jackson Clancy.
Are your captains for tonight's game. We're going to take one more time out. When we come back, we'll have kickoff here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
You know that
Hawks, and that'll get a little bit, we'll have to get a little bit used to that. The Tigers played Montrose. They were the Indians. Of course, that rule was changed in Chassa, and you had to phase that out. And so a lot of teams, well, they already had red, and they're sticking with that. You had Cheyenne Mountain, they're now the Red Tail Hawks. Montrose, they're the Red Hawks. Loveland, I can't remember what Loveland High School is now. They were the Indians. They're the Red Wolves. Okay, I knew there was a red theme there. Yuma, they're the Yuma, whatever their sport is for this season. So it's the Yuma football team.
Wow, okay.
So there is a lot of changing names here in the state. The Frederick Warriors, now the Frederick Golden Eagles. And so in case you're wondering, that is why they were the Indians last season. That is why they are the Red Hawks this season. I'll try not to say Red Tail Hawks. We'll just probably call them the Hawks. The Tigers wearing their black uniforms in a blackout game, black pants, orange crowns with the paws on the side. Montrose wearing the red pants with the white jerseys and the red helmets. And Keegan, you have to imagine they are going to be just dying here to get revenge.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's so heartbreaking to be Montrose last year, you know, right on the brink of a state championship. To lose in that fashion and, you know, in that kind of sense, it's got to be heartbreaking.
By the way, our press box windows are completely covered in rain. I'm opening a window. It's going to be a little chilly, but it's hard for us to see. We're kind of watching the monitors. We can see 3 different camera angles up here, but it's just going to be a unique night. Weather. We looked at the forecast. We didn't see rain till 11 p.m. So we're in a hot mess here. But hey, we got replay ready for you. We got 3 cameras. One of them's down, and it will be the Tigers to receive the kickoff. Lusk and Kana back to return for Erie. At least I believe that is Lusk back there. Here goes the kick. This one is high, end over end. It's caught at the goal line, and it will be a touchback. And so the Tigers will start 1st and 10 from the 20. And Blake Barnett will lead the Tigers out. Last week, over 300 yards passing, 50 yards rushing. He rushed for 3 touchdowns last week. And you think back to last year's game against Montrose, and Tigers won that 1-point game, 29-28. Blake Barnett, 244 yards passing, had 47 yards rushing in that one. And he will start out in the shotgun, 2-by-2, the wide receiver set. Hard count, almost gets Montrose to jump. And did he? The Tigers are clapping. They certainly think they got it. And so we will have this first play be a fall or an offside penalty for Montrose. And now the Tigers will come out on 1st and 5. Barnett in the shotgun, claps his hands, looks at the screen. It's a little fake out to Lettuce. Oh, it went through his hands and out. And that wet ball might be tough to catch tonight. The little fake on the bubble, and then we had the drop there. And, well, that was a nicely designed play. Just didn't quite work out in the end.
Yeah, I mean, the weather's going to be a real issue out here. You know, you saw on the kickoff, he fumbled the kickoff in the back of the end zone there. So, I mean, the pass game might not be there tonight, and, you know, that's something the Cows are going to have to yep.
So Barnett in the shotgun here, flanked by Kana. 2 wideouts to each side. He's going to check the play here at the line. Kana's going to switch sides of the formation here on 2nd and 10. There's the snap. The fire in the seam, a bobble, and that one wasn't held on to. So Alex Sweeney, Caden Lettuce, neither of them can hold on. Both of them had huge play designs. And, man, Blake Barnett going, all right, maybe maybe passing's going to be difficult tonight. I'm putting it on the money, but it's going to be slick and tough to catch. So Tigers 3rd and 5 now. 2 drop balls here to start this game. There's the snap. Barnett looking to pass. 3 straight passes start. He's going to scramble. He's got some room. He's got the first down at the 30, and he will slide. And going over the top is a Montrose defender. And a gain there from Barnett of 9 on his first carry of the game.
Good slide there, you know, there's a lot of game left, a lot of season left, you know, getting out of the way, trying not to get hurt, especially with, you know, a lot of the season here today. Yeah.
Looking like Russell Wilson out there with the sliding technique. Now Barnett, 3 wide to the far side, takes the snap, looking, fires the floater. Did that go backward? Kana, heady, smart play. I think that was a backward pass fumble, and that's exactly what the referees call. And so that is going to be a loss of 10 on the play. That is the correct call from the officials. You just hate to see it. It's a swing pass, but it goes backward, so it's a run.
The Tigers going to come out here hitting, you know, firing early, and it's just not working out for him right now.
Second down, and that might have been more than 10 on the loss. Handoff there, first handoff of the game. Kana presses the hole, bounces to the outside, now squeaks his way forward across to the 30, and a 6-yard pickup there for Trey Kana, and that will bring up third down and real long here, and we'll have to tweak our little scoreboard graphic. You can see it says 3rd and 15, but the font bothers me. It's tiny. Forgot to fix that in the pregame. We'll fix it. Perfectionist here. 3rd and 15. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got an H-back. Now he'll motion Kana, trips to the far side. He's going to take it himself. Runs through 1, 2-arm tackles, and he's tripped up. I think they just grabbed his foot, and he couldn't get out of it. And no gain there. Actually a pickup of 1 for Barnett, but that will bring up 4th down. And heck, now the Tigers have to punt in.
Montrose will take over the ball on the 17-yard line. First down for the Red Hawks. Montrose.
So which cameras are active? Mine and Declan's?
First and goal.
What happened to Will and Adam's cameras?
Ball is carried by number 25, Blake Griffin. Brings up second down. Ball carried by number 25, Blake Griffin. It's a touchdown for Montrose.
And a touchdown was scored by
but that's a tough shot.
Trying to get
good for Montrose.
Just deal with it.
Attention to our tailgating fans on the south end of the field. Can you please turn off your headlights?
Yep, there we go. That was way too high. There we go. All right, so go up and hit the save icon up top left. Okay. All right, folks, a little bit stressful here. It is really raining hard, which electronics and water, I heard a rumor that they don't mix well, Keegan.
Yeah, you don't say. I mean, we had, what, camera 2's down, camera 3 went out, our whole thing went out. So, I mean, we're up here struggling.
But we're still bringing this to you. Sorry we missed the drop punt and a couple plays there. You did see the Montrose touchdown. That makes it 7-0, and so now the Tigers will get the ball back. And you know what? They didn't look bad on offense. They just misexecuted some passes that were right on the money, and then you had the backward pass that just cost the Tigers. So really got to just execute a little bit better here. There's a squibber. That one is going to be picked up. I believe that is Kana with it, and Kana will fight his way, and he fumbled. Kana fumbled, ball on the turf, and I'm not sure who has it. I think he jumped back on it, and he did. Woo-hoo. That was an avoidance of disaster there for the Tigers. So Tigers find themselves trailing 7-0 here early in this one. By the way, Jackie Bird, if you're watching at home, I said I'd give you a shout out. A handoff up the middle, and that one will gain about 3 yards there. That was Gavin Lusk, his first carry of the night. Tigers trying to go with some tempo here in the rain. We might see Coach Skip Harrison change up offensive philosophy a little bit. Barnett claps his hands. He'll run read option. He'll keep it himself up the middle. Burst of speed. There's the 100-meter champion off to the races. No one is going to catch him. Touchdown, Tigers. It's Blake Barnett. 71 yards.
What a sell by Blake Barnett. I mean, the run option there, you know, they thought he had thought the running back had the ball, just took it up the middle. I mean, that's state champion. That's a 100-meter state champion right there. So.
And he looked like he was shot out of a cannon, and he was high-stepping it all the way into the end zone, and the Tigers strike right back. And so maybe it's just something between Erie and Montrose that you're going to see some crazy things. Weather a little crazy today, and already a big 71-yard touchdown run there by Blake Barnett. The kick is not up. We're looking through, as I said, some rainy glass, and we saw the motion. It was a little kick rehearsal there for Tyler Hoffman, the left-footed kicker. And the snap high, but a nice hold. The kick is up, and it is right down Main Street. And so the Tigers, they tied it up 7 apiece. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you. Keegan McKenzie in a unusual start, not only to our broadcast, but to this game just in general. So 7:20 on the clock. Both teams have scored. Tigers are going to squib it. A multi-bouncer that's caught by one of the up men. He says, you know what, I'm going to slide right down and let's start at the 27.
Yeah, no need to make a mistake there. Fumble the ball right off the start there.
Hey, no need to make a mistake. No need to get hit too hard. Your job's not to return the ball. Good decision. I like it.
Some big boys running at you right there, you know. Maybe you just want to get on the ground for that one.
All right, so 7-11 here. And we never got a Montrose roster, folks, so we're kind of doing some things on the fly here. Gage Wareham, the quarterback, you might remember that name from last year, and Blake Griffin as well. Wareham, he will hand it off to Griffin up front. The Tigers punch the ball, and they jump on it. And so we've already this game just getting crazier and crazier. It was a handoff up the middle, but it looked like no one had the ball, and I don't know if that was a miscommunication or what. Let's see if we can watch that replay back. No, we'll bail out of that. Sorry about that. Tigers ready to run their play. We'll go back and relook at that replay when we have a second. We wanted to see what happened there. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got 2-by-2. 1st and 10, hard count, and they get Montrose to jump again.
A lot of little miscues from Montrose here. You know, that fumble right up the gut. That's 2 offsides for Montrose now, so just little things that are shooting themselves in the foot here.
So 1st and 5 now for the Tigers. That's second time they've gotten Montrose to jump on that one. Barnett will check the play at the line here. Gets the snap, going to run read, hands it off to Kana. Kana tried to kind of pivot his way back to the left, was met at the line of scrimmage, and no gain on the play from Trey Kana.
Tried a replica of that touchdown play from Blake Barnett, but, you know, offensive line just couldn't hold up on that one.
2nd and 5 here for the Tigers. An H-back with 2 wide here to the near side. That's Sweeney and Lettuce. Barnett's going to look that way. He's going to flush. He has Sweeney. He's going to throw on the run toward the 5, and that one is caught. I think that was Josh Levine over there in the corner that came on the deep curl route. And a nice pickup there for Josh, a gain of 21 from Barnett to Levine, and that gives the Tigers 1st and goal. Barnett checking in with the sideline. He'll go under center now. Tigers trying to go with some pace and some power here. He'll hand it off left side. Kana lowers the boom, and he spills across the goal line for a 4-yard touchdown run. And Trey Kana gives the Tigers their first lead of the night. And we have had some fireworks. We're not even halfway through this one, and we've seen 3 touchdowns.
I mean, did you expect anything else? Montrose out here with something to prove out, and Tigers just kicking them in the mouth right now.
All right, so the Tigers, they forced the turnover. They have the long run. We had some fireworks. This is, look at our touchdown graphic even has some fireworks there. So I guess that's what we mean by that. Now the Tigers set to kick the extra point with Hoffman here. Ronan Ward, the holder. There's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is striped. Tyler Hoffman, the soccer player, kicking well in the English weather here. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. It's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For information, email bird_brandon@sbdsd.org.
Sorry, go back to live.
We appreciate our Erie's live broadcast of weekly news.
Welcome back here, Tiger Network. The Tigers tried an onside kick there. The good news is we missed that. I think Jonathan might be able to cue that one up on the replay. Well, Montrose is about to snap, but we'll catch our footing here. It's a lot of fun. That's what it is. I was thinking about when we set up, we have come a long way since the one camera days. Keegan asked me before the game, what was that first year like? All right, there is a little end-around handoff to the running back cutting from the near side to the far side, and I'm trying to get the name on that. That's Torrey Eckerman. Torrey Eckerman with the carry. He will pick up about a yard. Montrose will come out. They're double wing, double tight with the single receiver. Wing back in the backfield, or tailback. Throwback offense. A lot of high schools run into this through the years in the 90s, early 2000s, 80s, 70s. Just have not seen too much of it. And good job carrying out his fake was the quarterback. I actually thought he had the ball there for a second. But Blake Griffith on the carry, and he picks up about 3. Excuse me, Blake Griffin. Now that'll bring up 3rd and about 6 here. Tigers trying to get their cold, wet fans into this one. There's the handoff, the little misdirection counter, and the Tigers diagnose well, and they're able to stop that one after a short gain. I think that was Amaris Mora on the carry. And so they picked up 4, and that'll bring up 4th and about 1.5. Long 1, short 2. Wareham under center. The Hawks are going to go for it. There's the handoff up the middle. Plenty of room for Blake Griffin as he just kind of weaved his way, found the hole, and picked his way forward for about 4, maybe 5 yards, and a first down for Montrose.
Montrose are trying to keep it on the ground now, try to get this rain out of this game. And
yeah, utilizing the elements. I tell you what, they're not a team that's going to throw it a lot. That's definitely true here tonight. Now Wareham under center, checks the wristband. He's got dual wide in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to the fullback. And one of the things I love about the Montrose, you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined and carrying out your fakes. And that's what we're seeing Montrose doing a pretty good job of. Every time someone gets a fake, they sprint like they've got it.
I'll tell you, Brett, I feel like I don't know where the ball is sometimes.
There's the handoff to the wing back. Takes it around the end, cuts it up the field, and had to be wrestled down from behind by Furman. And a good gain there all the way up to the 21. So pick up there of about 11 yards.
Good open field tackle from Furman there, saving that touchdown.
And by the way, I believe that runner is Aiden, oh my gosh,
Wesley under center here. He's got 2 in the background. Hands off up the middle. Oh, good tackle by there in the linebacker. I guess I'm doing the play-by-play now. Good pick up there from the who was it? Good pick up there by the by Montrose there. We got player down. Looks like that is number 75. Hopefully he's all right. Getting up slowly. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Pray for that. we got a player down on the field. I'm not sure who that is, but hopefully he turns out to be okay. Having some technical difficulties up here. The rain really affecting the broadcast up here. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Montrose player now getting up. Good to see that. First and goal for the Montrose Redhawks at the moment. You know, they've just been running it up the middle, run. You know, really breaking down this Erie defense, trying to get this weather out of, you know, not trying to make it a factor here tonight.
All right. Thank you, Keegan, for holding down the fort for me as the rain has devoured our stream again. We're going to roll with one camera the rest of the broadcast and hope that that kind of keeps us stable here. Wareham under center. He's going to get it, give it to Griffin. He'll walk in to the end zone for a touchdown and a 5-yard touchdown run, and we are all almost knotted up, pending the extra point. Hey, anything could happen in the weather, and that first one, that first one barely snuck over the crossbar, so I guess I won't put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, good. That was a good series for Montrose right there. Kind of just putting it up the middle, you know, really trying to tire down this Tiger defense.
There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and that one is a no-doubter that time by Sandir Gaxiola Leva. I hope I got that somewhat close. And so we are all tied up at 14. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network. Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law.
Is making effect. That's 2 drop kicks now from the Erie Tigers.
All right, sloppy in all phases right now. And, well, don't see too many games like this at Tiger Stadium. Barnett in the pistol here. He's got Lusk behind him. 2x2 the wide set. There's the snap, the give to Lusk, and he will kind of just drive his way forward. A pickup of a couple there for Gavin. We'll call it about 2. Well, I kind of want to rotate.
Blake in the shotgun here. He's got Trey Conn to his left. Runs up, talks to the line. Makes a play. Claps his hands, take the off snap. Hands off to Trey Conn. Trey Conn up the right side. Oh, he's got room. Oh, what a run by Trey Conn there.
Trey Conn running. Got a little bit of that dog in him there,
got that dog.
Keegan. And a good pickup there from the 23 up to the 37. A 15-yard pickup there for Trey Conn. And now Barnett in the shotgun. Claps the hands, gives it to Lusk. Lusk bounces it to the near side, and he gets twisted down from behind. and he fell into the back of a lineman's ankle. Oh, no, that's Mason Kogel that got his ankle rolled up on. And, man, that would be a tough piece to lose. The Tigers lost their H-back for almost the entirety of last season when Aiden Oxiger was injured. Of course, he was a huge part of that playoff run. It is the end either way of the quarter, so we are going to take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Start of quarter number 2 in a sloppy affair. We're tied at 14. We got a good one going here between two of the semifinal teams from last year. Barnett in this shotgun. He's got 3 wide here to the near side. Barnett claps the hands, looks left, being flushed from the pocket, scans the field, pump fakes, gonna pull himself, cuts it to the outside, avoids the big hit, and a nice run there for Barnett, a gain of 18 on the play.
What a play by Blake, being able to feel that pressure in that pocket, escape around that side and, get positive play for the Erie Tigers.
His change of direction is just something special. Yeah, I was hoping to rotate. Yeah, so just hang in here, get dry. Okay, if Will wants to stay, that's fine. 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Barnett claps the hands, gives it to Lusk, and Lusk is stopped. It was excellent penetration into the backfield that time. It was Demarion Lopez that shot back there and stopped Lusk. That's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
Just no room for him there.
30 seconds in to this quarter, tied at 14. A light miss, but a persistent miss falling on Tiger Stadium. Barnett pumps, steps up, fires it down the sideline, and he had the man. I think he bailed out a little. Had he hung in the pocket, had his feet set, he might have hit Lusk, and that would have been 6. Instead, it is 3rd and 11 here. Barnett checking in to the sideline. Tigers don't need to get all of it. You're kind of in that territory where you could go for it. Barnett claps the hands, almost gets Montrose to jump, and the Tigers, they fall. And that was Christian Shattuck that tried to just kind of hold, and he just couldn't quite keep his balance, and that'll make it 3rd and 16. So the Tigers will have to adjust here in the long situation. We said last time already you didn't need to get all of it, so at least get half of it back here, or you probably will be forced to punt. Barnett takes the snap. Here comes 5. He's being pressured, steps back, chase from behind. He shovels it! Brett Favre-like to Lusk, who caught it and ran it forward. What a little forearm shovel there from Blake Barnett. Creative on that one. And the Tigers pick up about 7 on the little pass play.
That's the special thing about Blake. I mean, when there's nothing, when he's got five Montrose players breathing down his neck, he always has a way to make a play, and that's just one example of it. You know, live that little shovel pass, making something out of that play.
Tigers are still going to punt here, 4th and about 7, and now a timeout called, and
Erie's going to take a timeout on the play. We're going to take this opportunity to make this announcement, ladies and gentlemen.
so a timeout here. We will stick right here in the wind and the rain. Well, you know what you might need to protect your home? Some shrubs.
Yeah.
Shrubs that help protect it. Go to 3M Farms. 3M Farms is Erie's hometown growing nursery just north of Collier's Hill on Road 3. They have a huge selection of landscape shrubs, perennial grasses, and flowering perennials, all perfect for the Colorado environment. That includes this environment. And with the years of experience, the wonderful staff at 3M Farms can help you pick the right plants for your yard, for your landscape. Locally owned, locally grown. Visit 3M Farms in Erie today. Not the greatest segue. Sorry about that, 3M Farms. Tigers, let's see if they notice. Blake Barnett is the punter right now. So fake probably going to happen. Montrose is ready for it. Now Blake will motion up, and they'll just run a normal offensive set. So Blake in the shotgun. Tigers going for it here on 4th and along 6. Barnett checking the play, and now a timeout coming from the Hawks head coach. Says, you know what? Let's get something that we feel comfortable with here. And so a timeout called, and we'll continue to stay right here on the Erie Tiger Network. By the way, a huge thanks to this crew. They have braved the elements. They are manning our cameras. We brought them all in, save for one camera up top to try and deliver this game to you. You had Declan Ross, I think he's the one up there, but you had Will Whiteley, he was a cameraman. Noah Ortiz, he was a cameraman trying to brave the elements as well. You also had Adam Wixom. I just saw him. He came in soaked from head to toe. Man, at this point, let's just get out of this game healthy. John Kent, a replay operator. Abby Umbenauer, our producer here tonight, and always special thanks to Chad Jameson. Punt formation again here for Erie, but Blake Barnett again, the quarterback, and again the Tigers will motion into an offensive formation with Barnett in the shotgun. He'll send a man in motion. Gets Montrose to jump, and now 4th and about 6 or 7 will turn into 4th and short. And they're going to call this on Erie.
Wow.
I guess, I don't know. I didn't see an Erie Tiger move. I don't know, folks. I don't know if they called it on Blake for a too authoritative head bob.
Hey, man, you never know.
But a false start on the Tigers. And guess what? They're saying it's just a bigger risk to punt in these elements as it is to just go for it. So Barnett, again, Tigers, 4th and 11, let's just do it. We'll do it live, 4th and 11. See if we actually get a playoff here this time. Man in motion, and Barnett will punt it. That one high, and you know what? A bounce that goes in favor of, well, it's kind of a neutral bounce, but this one is pinned back inside the 20. So Barnett, the little, you know, you eliminate, I like that from the Tigers. You eliminate the long snap, which is tough to handle here. The Montrose has no return. They're not trying to pressure the punter because they're kind of expecting a pass play, and I like that from Coach Geiger.
That's versatility you get with Blake. I mean, you know, he could get back there and run 100 yards and go score a touchdown, or he could punt the ball for you.
Looking like John Elway punting in the Dan Reeves days. 1st and 10 here for Montrose. Ooh, a little bit of early movement. No call there. Hand up right up the middle, and that's Blake Griffin, I believe, that just plowing his way forward for about 9 yards. And
Tell you what, in these conditions, you're the Tigers. If you want to win this game, we talked about it. You have to stop the run. That's really the only key to the game for the Tigers. If you stop the run, you probably win. And right now, Montrose executing. Here's the pass play. This is going to make us look dumb. Pass over the middle, and that one is short. No, it made us look smart.
Good coverage there by the Tigers there. Not really giving the quarterback any really room to make a play there.
Right on cue, we talk about stopping the run, and, of course, Montrose throws a pass. Why not? Of course that would happen. So that'll bring up 3rd and 1. Good time for a pass on 2nd and short. Hold on. Hey, we cannot help. We're focused on our broadcast. And a handoff there up the middle. So 9:27 remaining. 1st and 10 here for Montrose. A little reverse here to the near side that was blocked. A little shove in the back. No call there. Furman, I think, barking at the official. In fact, even Jim Martinez down there saying, hey, push in the back. Of course, we're also looking at things, and we try and remind ourselves all the time that we're looking at things through orange-tinted glasses. By the way, our Montrose stats, completely off. We lost that when our streams went down. Every time Montrose has the ball, seems like our stream goes down. Handoff up the middle. Nobody there for the Tigers. Got 2 men to beat. They close in on Griffin and sandwich him inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Big pickup there. A Tiger shaking up behind the play. That's John Karanko, who's shaking up all the way back inside of the Montrose 40. And that's going to slow some things down here.
I'll tell you what, Bird, I have no idea where the ball is going. I thought that guy was on the right sideline. You thought he was going to take it. Look up. Coach is like, there's a down the middle. I got no idea.
Well, luckily, I think I still got 20/20 vision. Maybe I'll have to ask my father-in-law. But I'm tracking it okay here tonight. Maybe it's because I'm not looking through the wet glass, but I have the window open. So 1st and 10 here for Montrose. 8:41 left to go. And that was a quick, well, I was going to say a quick first quarter. There's some quick scores in the first quarter. This game's kind of crawled along, though, especially for a Montrose team that likes to run the ball. So just a longer game than we've seen. There's a handoff up the middle to Griffin. Another nice hole. And right now, Tigers on that defensive front getting kind of bullied.
Gets the ball to about the 17-yard line. Brings up 2nd down for the Red.
So 2nd and 1. Under center now is Wareham. Wareham takes the snap, hands it off to the wing back on the outside, cuts it up, big hole inside the 10, cut down at the 5, and I believe that was Torrey Eckerman on the carry, and a big gain and a 1st down. And tell you what, Tigers have not figured out how to stop this run.
Like we said before the game, I mean, the key to this game is really stopping the run. You know, that's the only offense that the Montrose is getting at the moment.
And you put some of the big hog mollies back out there for the Tigers. You just hope that they can maintain gap control and the linebackers can stay disciplined and flow to the ball. Wareham under center. He's going to take the snap, hands it off up the middle. That's Griffin driving. He'll be stopped short of the goal line, but still picked up about 4 yards. Maybe 3 yards on the carry. Montrose quickly to the line. Wareham hands it off again. Griffin crawling over the back of his teammates, and he plunges into the end zone for a Montrose touchdown. So that offensive line for Montrose, they're big and they're doing their job paving the way right now for this running game. It was 6:45 remaining in the first half. Montrose up a score. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. We'll take a timeout here. 6:45 left here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 21-14, Montrose leads it here at Tiger Stadium in sloppy conditions. We heard some of the Montrose coaches or staff say the weather better in the mountains than it was down here in Erie, and there's a low liner kick. There was some room to return, but the blocking wasn't quite there on that return for Lusk, and he was cut down after he crossed the 20 to the 22, and that is where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10. And the Tigers have looked explosive at times, but they've also made some mistakes. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking out there at Mason Kogel, and he is limping pretty profusely as he trots out into formation. And now Barnett in the shotgun, trying to snap the chin strap onto his helmet, claps the hands, takes the ball. He's going to run read option. It's an RPO, throws it down the seam and overshot everyone. And Mason's going to have to come out. I'm a little surprised he went back out there. He's having a hard time staying on his feet. Man, that is a really good weapon for this Tiger team. Really athletic kid, an extremely hard worker with 6'0" strength. And, well, his night might be done. Just hope he's okay for the rest of the year. Barnett takes a snap, runs read option. He's going to keep it himself. And now a hold back there, or a face mask. They actually might have caught Barnett's face mask. I couldn't quite tell. I actually think, Keegan, that might have been the wrong read from Blake.
Yeah, the DNs on that one crashed pretty hard and didn't really give him much room to run there.
Barnett, they haven't officially spotted the ball. The penalty, who's this going to be on here? A hold on Erie. So does Montrose want 3rd and 10 or do they want 2nd and 20? Tell you what, in these conditions, I almost think push him back. And now the Montrose coach saying, hey, I'm not sure I want to accept this. Plus, that might have been, I have no idea. Is that the Montrose head coach out there in shorts and a T-shirt?
I sure hope not.
Well, while we have a moment, Tiger fans, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on social media at Erie Tiger Media on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And a long discussion here. What's really to discuss? Well, Tiger fans, we'd love for you to check in here. Let us know where you're watching from out there in the world. Man, this is the longest discussion over a procedural kind of how to administer a penalty. And Montrose wants to decline this. I think maybe the Montrose coach saying, wasn't that ball stopped behind the line of scrimmage? If I decline, shouldn't that be a loss? You only gave him a loss of 1. Shoot, I don't know. 3rd and 11. Let's see if Erie can get a spark here. Lettuce out wide here to the near side. And it was the official now saying, hey, we want everyone to know it was a holding call declined. Yeah, thanks. Can we play football, please? This has been the longest break that's not a timeout. Goodness. Barnett claps his hands, takes the snap, looks, had a man on the post for a second, stops, fires it over the middle, caught by Lettuce. He had to juggle to catch it, and he spills out across the 40. A dart thrown by Barnett, corralled by Lettuce, and a gain there for the Tigers of about 16.
What a play by Blake there, being able to escape that pocket and make that play.
That'll bring up a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Trips to the near side. Barnett takes the snap, runs read option, gives it off to Lusk. Lusk lowers the head, chops the feet, leans it forward, picks up 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry. Tigers look to the sideline here. And the mist has not let up. Not for 1 second here tonight.
Tell you, I'm glad I'm in this box, not down there.
Pretty much started right before kickoff. 2nd and 7 here. Barnett, knee-high snap. Read option, RPO, throws the deep cut, and that was a nice play, Levine. That's the 2nd time they've hooked up on that deep little curl route. A 20-yard play from Barnett to Levine. The 2nd 20-yard pass play of the night. Both have been to Levine. So 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Into Montrose territory at the 35. Barnett in the shotgun. Taps his helmet, checks the play, drops back to pass, has single coverage, looking for Lettuce. He hit him down the sideline. It's pulled in, and a touchdown by the Tigers. Barnett with the great read, one-on-one coverage. Lettuce pulls it in, and the Tigers are back to within 1 point.
What a play by Blake, being able to put that ball right on the money, right down that sideline on that fade route. What a play.
So the Tigers strike back, and both these offenses have looked pretty good tonight. Neither defense has had an answer, both for the road grading run game of Montrose and the explosive game for Erie. You have plays over 30 yards or 20 yards several times tonight from the Tigers. As that's a fake. it's a looping screen. It's bobbled, and I think that was just kind of a hope and prayer. And the Tigers do not get it on the fake, and so I don't know if that was an intentional fake or not. It kind of looked intentional with the way how quickly Ronan Ward hopped up, but he also kind of bobbled it, so not sure what went on there. Let's take a timeout here real quick on the Erie Tiger Network. Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Keegan McKenzie on the call here with you. 4:53 remaining here. Rain has knocked out 3 of our cameras. We're still 1 strong. Mr. Griffin has decided he knows where the best place in the house to be. It's inside this press box. I think a lot of people would join us up here tonight if they could. The Tigers will kick this one off here with Harner. We've seen some squibbers throughout the night, and he will full send this one, and it will be fielded at the 1. So here's the return for Montrose. Tigers trying to be on the coverage. Big hole in the middle. This has been a problem for the Tigers all season. Up to the 50. Harner trying to make the tackle, and a collision there out across the 40, and a big return for Montrose. And the Tigers have just struggled all season so far in kickoff return coverage.
I mean, if you think back to Ponderosa, the first game of this season, 2 touchdowns were returned after the kickoff. So, you know, the Tigers really need to tighten that part of their game down.
So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Wareham under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Griffin up the middle, and right now it is just a constant stream of 7-yard runs from Montrose. And it's been Griffin kind of leading the way. Wish we had some better stats for you for Montrose. We missed so many of their runs and no idea where they're at. But 2nd and 3 here after another 7-yard pickup. Gage Wareham under center again. At this point, it's almost like, hey, Montrose gets the ball to start the second half. If you're Erie, you cannot let them just score with no time remaining. You either give up something quick so you can score, as there's a flare pass that's run up for a first down, first completed pass of the game, second complete, I don't know. I think it's first completed pass of the game for Montrose. But right now they're knocking on the door again. A big kick return, setting up good field position, and Montrose just marching down the field methodically as ever. 1st and 10 here for the Hawks. Wareham under center. He'll check the play to the far receiver. An adjustment there. Wareham hands it off on the little end around, and that time the Tigers read it a little bit better, and I think that was, well, who was that for the Tigers that got up there and made the nice play? Jace Onstead got into the backfield that time and stopped a short gain, only a 2-yard pickup. The Erie front has got to find a way to adjust and squeeze and hold their gaps. Handoff up the middle. Griffin just following a lead blocker. He gets cut down after a gain of about 5, and that'll bring up 3rd and 2. So 3:10 and counting here. Montrose leads it by 1. Trying to extend that lead out. And now they're milking the clock. This is kind of what we thought might happen anyways. Montrose now utilizing the play clock to try and maybe leave the Tigers with little time left, should they score. 3rd and 3. Wareham under center. He's got 2 tailbacks in the backfield and now a timeout, as I think the play clock was about to hit 0. And so a timeout called with 2:33 remaining. Stick around here. We will have the halftime performance on the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show. We'll have the band. We'll have the dance performance. I don't know. I think weather might have impacted cheer again this week. Probably not going to do stunts in this weather. But we will carry everything that is out there. By the way, next week, the Tigers, we will have our first volleyball broadcast of the season as Boulder High comes into town. The Tigers taking on Boulder. We'll have that one, and we are hoping to follow the football team out to Broomfield to have that broadcast for you as well. By the way, we said comment where you're watching from. We have Kansas, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Montrose, Middletown, Connecticut, Fort Worth, Texas. So glad you could all join us in on the broadcast. 3rd and 3 here for Montrose out of the timeout. Wareham shifts the whole unit across the formation here. Takes the snap, turns, hands it, big hole. Griffin stays on his feet and he rumbles, stumbles into the end zone, and Montrose will stretch it out to a 7-point lead here. They can make it 8 with an extra point.
What a play call there by Montrose. Sending the two big tight ends over to that right side, giving a lead, giving away for that Blake Griffin walking to the touchdown right there.
And, okay. We have lost. Oh, we're back. We're back. We have been fighting the elements. It looked like our camera was going to go down there for a second. If it does go down, we'll still bring you audio. This will just be not as fun experience. We already lost a couple of our other cameras. We had a 4-camera setup, 4-camera instant replay. We like, really going full tilt here on the Erie Tiger Network. Unfortunately, weather has reduced us down to 1 camera, and we almost lost that one. Oh, boy. So that extra point was good. That makes it an 8-point game right now with Erie trailing. But the good news is 2:56 remaining on the clock. What Erie's going to have to figure out is they're going to have to figure out how to stop this Montrose rushing attack, because right now they are executing on all cylinders. And we said, Keegan, this Montrose team, they're going to be desperate for a win here. They want to avenge their heartbreaking loss. We talk about the jubilation from the Erie side and how exciting that was. Go to the other sideline. That had to have been one of the most heartbreaking defeats of all time, and they have got to be desperate tonight to try and get a victory here.
I can't even imagine what that bus ride home would have been like after that night.
Here's the kickoff. A low squibber picked up at the 1. Return here by Kana. Stretches it to the far side. Now cuts it back up between the hashes and will get dropped at the 24-yard line, and that is where the Tigers will take over with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. And if you are Erie, this is a must-execute time. You have got to find a way to score before the end of the half. First and 10 here for the Tigers. Barnett will come out in the pistol. He's got 2 wide to each side. He'll clap his hands, drops back to pass, throws the out route. That one is caught by Alex Sweeney, cuts it up the field. Couldn't quite shed the tackle, but does get out of bounds to stop the clock. About a 7-yard pickup there from Barnett to Sweeney. First time since Sweeney couldn't hold on to that seam pass that we've called his name on the 8-yard pickup there. Tigers have a plethora of weapons at wide receiver this season. Now Barnett again. Claps his hands, he'll run RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's got a big hole, breaks a tackle, steps it to the outside, down the sideline. There he goes again. Another sprint for the 100-meter champion. And the only question now is, did they score too fast?
Shot out of a cannon was Blake after that play. What a read by him. Be able to make a couple of Montrose players miss and run it in for a touchdown.
68 yards on the sprint to the end zone by Blake Barnett, and the Tigers are 2 points away from tying this one up, and they're going to send Blake after a long run right back out there. They have 2 timeouts left. I think if you're Erie, almost maybe burn one, let Blake catch his breath here. But 2 extremely long runs. So here goes the Tigers, going for 2. Barnett takes the shotgun snap, steps up, dumps it, and that one was knocked away. Kind of dead to rights from the beginning. And now the Tigers, well, they're behind the 8 ball a little bit. You've missed 2 conversions, so they trail by 2. But you keep trading scores with Montrose. You now have to be perfect going for 2 from here on out for the rest of the game.
I think the defense really needs to make a stand here with 1:57 left. I mean, like you said, did they leave too much time on the clock for Montrose to score here? You know, if Montrose smashes down the field like they have this entire first half, you know, what's it going to look like for Erie the rest of the game?
So 1:57 on the clock. Man, talk about a high-scoring first quarter. You kind of think with Montrose's offense that it's going to burn clock. It's going to gain 5-6 yards in an old-school cloud of rubber pellets. And you might get through the first half quickly, but we are an hour and 10 minutes into this game, and we still have 1:57 left in this half. So Tigers set to kick this one off. We've seen them onside. We've seen him squib it. We've seen him send it deep. And got to imagine after last return, we're going to see some type of squib here again. Here goes the squibber. That one kind of bobbled there. That gives the Tigers some time. They have some men coming down. There's a big collision down there, but a good return, a pickup there of about 20, up to the 23, rather. So that is where Montrose will start their drive. So here comes the Montrose offense. First and 10 here. Turnova kind of peeking inside. They will run it right up the gut, and a pickup there of 5 yards. And one timeout left. No, one timeout. One timeout for Montrose. Tigers got to sub off a player quickly here. And tell you what, Keegan, I've been pretty good at following the ball. I had no clue what went on there.
I mean, that's been me all night. I don't even know where the ball is. Thank God I'm not on defense right now.
3rd and 5. This is actually a big play here for the Tigers. You get a stop, you could call a timeout and get the ball back. If you're Montrose, do you think about running the clock down? If the Tigers call a timeout, then suddenly maybe you go into offensive mode. So kind of a weird spot here for both teams. 3rd and 5. Wareham trying to get the Tigers to jump on the hard count. They have been much more disciplined in the snap count this year. Another hard count, handoff up the middle. There's the first down and then some. There goes Griffin. He's off to the races. Stops at the 50, cuts it back, stays in bounds, and that will keep the clock rolling once they set the chains. But with 35 seconds left, that's what I meant. Your Montrose, you really took your time there. If you get a big play, you're a little limited because now there's only 32 seconds and counting. 28 ticks on the clock. Wareham under center. What does Montrose do here? They're going to run the pass play. It's a screen set up underneath. That one's caught, tackled from behind, lurching forward, and a timeout called with 10 seconds left. That is, and I don't think the Tiger, well, we'll give Rupp a hard time. There's 4 seconds left. I thought Montrose called a timeout. Maybe I'm just flat out wrong. There should probably be about 8 seconds left on the clock.
Good play call there by Montrose. You know, throwing the defense off with a little roll out, little 5-yard out. Good play call.
By the way, they called that short of the first down. We'll give Mr. Rupp a hard time for a little hometown cooking on the clock there. And they're going to set it all the way to 12. Hey, I'll tell you what. I know for sure there was not 12 seconds left on the clock.
Mr. Rupp wants to see the Tigers lose here tonight.
Well, that's not Mr. Rupp's call. That's the official radioing up saying 12 seconds. I don't know where they got those extra 4. That makes a lot of difference right now. They're still listing. Was there a timeout from Montrose? All right, so here we go. 2nd and 4 here, and now a timeout coming from the Tigers. So timeout Erie. We'll stick right here with only 12 seconds left in the half. We have been a bunch of busy bees here. We have soaking wet camera operators that I think need some chicken noodle soup and some fresh ponchos. If any of you out there in the Erie community want to come help our camera operators out, we are rotating them. I think at this point it's just Declan and is it Adam that's left? Will up there. Tell you what, they are the true heavy lifters for this broadcast. We are warm and snug inside the broadcast booth. They're doing the grunt work, the hard work here tonight, bringing this broadcast to you from wherever you are watching. And we saw several of you say from all over the place. We just saw from Hinnisville, Georgia. I know Coach Wooch is watching. He's texted into the broadcast booth. I don't know where FIU is playing this week, so I don't know if he's texting us from near Miami or from wherever they might be on the road. But we certainly wish Coach Wooch the best. And so 12 seconds left here. Let's see what Montrose tries to do. 2nd and short, Wareham under center. Tigers playing a little bit of prevent. Deep drop, they're going to throw the deep ball, and that one is well underthrown. It was pretty well covered there. I think that was Preston Terranova, an Erie Tiger Network student on the coverage.
Great coverage there from the little man.
And if Preston's parents are watching, tell them on game days, you can't lose focus in class till the game starts. Man, I just sold you out, Preston. Sorry about that. 3rd down and 3 to go here. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Wareham again, he's going to hand it off. Griffin grinding his way forward, and with 2 seconds left, Montrose is going to get a first down. They're going to, I think, burn their last timeout. 1 second left here. So with 1 second left, we might see Montrose. Well, here's one thing we know. We know they can run the hook and ladder to perfection. We saw it last year. Do they do that? Do they throw a Hail Mary?
I think you gotta get a little risky here. I mean, up by 2, a second left before the half. You get the ball. back after halftime. I mean, I don't see a reason not to go kind of risky here.
All right, Keegan, 2 times in my play-by-play career, I have seen a defensive touchdown in the last play of the half. Both were in playoff games. One was an Erie Tiger game. Fans watching at home, do you know what game I'm talking about? Both teams that returned the touchdown lost that game. And Montrose is going to attempt a 50-yard field goal from the far hash. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick, does it have enough? No, just missed. And the Tigers hold on. So it's a 2-point game. We'll take a halftime. When we come back, we'll have some of the halftime performances here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest.
Hey, Vern.
Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Contact them at teacherswhotutor.biz. Right now? Welcome back into Erie Tiger Network. Tonight our halftime show is presented by Teachers Who Tutor. Teachers Who Tutor is a teacher-created company located in Erie. They tutor students K through 12 in all subject areas. All tutors are certified teachers. Teachers Who Tutor finds the perfect tutor to match your child's needs. Whether you're trying to get your kiddo up to grade level, extend their learning, or prep for the SAT, they're here for you. Contact them today at teacherswhotutor.biz.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0455.
History teacher for 11 years and is currently in his third year at Erie High School. His favorite thing about working at Erie is the positive community in our school. He makes a huge impact in our school, and he appreciates the opportunity to feel like he is a part of something very special here at Erie High School. Mr. Rupp has been an English teacher for 17 years and is currently in his 6th year at Erie High School. Mr. Rupp's favorite thing about Erie High School is everything. But if forced to narrow it down, his favorite thing is probably really our beloved campus supervisor, Kenny Erie. Mr. Rupp brings incredible passion and enthusiasm to our school. In addition to their important roles in the classroom, Mr. Klein and Mr. Rupp are both outstanding contributors to and supporters of the Erie High School community. We are particularly grateful for both for their vital role in supporting Erie athletic events, including serving as clock and scoreboard operators at Tiger Stadium for all home football games. Additionally, Mr. Klein serves as the golden public address voice for the Erie Tiger soccer programs. Thank you, Mr. Rupp and Mr. Klein, for your strong support for Erie High School students, families, and community members. We appreciate you and commend you for your service to this great community. Please join me in offering one more round of applause for these two outstanding educators, Mr. Rupp and Mr. Klein.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
You are watching the ETN. You are watching the ETN.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Vern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Keegan McKenzie here with you, calling the action live from Tiger Stadium. And we're about a minute away from the start of half number 2. But you look at some of the numbers here in this Erie off. We think we've got Erie's numbers pretty well. 101 yards passing through the air for the Tigers, 192 on the ground. Blake Barnett has 168 of those yards, and the bulk of those came off a 71-yard run and a 68-yard run. And in case you weren't sure Blake was fast, well, besides the evidence of him winning the 100 in 4A, you got to see it with your own eyes.
I mean, Blake is one heck of an athlete, and we've seen that twice tonight. Not only can he run the ball, but he's been able to put throws up in this weather on the money. I mean, he's been the X factor in this game. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. He's definitely the one winning this football game at the moment.
And so the Tigers will have to kick off the ball in okay. We have some issues. I'll tell you what, we've had so many issues here tonight. We can't fire our replay. We can't change our cameras. We tried to get you the band at halftime. We came back. We couldn't activate our sound. So it's just been a struggle for us here tonight in terms of just getting our operation system. So if you didn't hear the band, we're really sorry. I know how much you guys love that and tune in to try and watch that. We could not change the camera. We were frozen in our software. So I hate that when we're struggling here. I'm not sure if it's just because we've crashed so many times today that it's kind of frozen out our switcher or what's been going on. Everything is connected basically through Ethernet and NDI, and so when something goes wonky, it sometimes takes out our whole system, and weather been impacting that today. So I just wanted to address that real quick. By the way, I know John Pastore also watching on the, I believe from, well, I don't know if he's in Manhattan right now or if he's traveling with the team, but I believe John is watching. And the Tigers will kick this off. They will go, well, I don't know really which direction the wind is going. It's just the rain that's the factor. And so I'm sure we will see a little pooch kick here from Harner. And we're waiting for the officials to give us the ready for play signal. Anytime now would be great. And there we go. So Harner letting his troops know what's going on. They don't even do the dummy, and I think part of that's maybe the field is slick. They don't want to risk a penalty. Just kind of a huddle, a break. And here goes the kick, and this one is a squib kick. And it's fallen on at the 15, so Montrose a little bit backed up. My wife, shout out to her, she always texts me, hey, there's problems, and she's hammering with text. The band isn't on, but she also goes, why do you keep saying squibber? Well, it's called a squib kick. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure she's not alone in that. And what in the wide world of sports is going on over here? So let's take
Wedlam under center here, looking back at his sideline, looking for a play call. Looks down at his wrist for the play. Looks at the sideline.
And I don't know if it's condensation on the back of our broadcast computer, but our computer's having real problems. So it's possible our stream will go down at some point in this half. If it does, we will work to get it back up if we have to do audio only. If we have to shoot from my cell phone while Keegan and I are chatting, we'll do that. So we'll get a stream back up one way or another. So be sure to make sure that the time and quarter is advancing. We just wanted to give that little PSA because we are having some pretty major problems behind the scene. So we could lose you at any point here. We'll hope to keep you for the rest of the game. Handoff up the middle, another 6-7 yard gain by Griffin. And another first down. Now Wareham adjusting the play. Under center. 1st and 10 here for the Hawks. Handoff on the little end around. And that time the Tigers all over that one. Much better job on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and about 9. And if you're Erie, that's what you have to do. You cannot get gashed for 7 yards every time. You can get gashed for 7 yards every once in a while, but you have to stop a couple of these runs at the line of scrimmage or a yard on either side.
I mean, it's been almost all game where they're just running the ball on them.
And the Tigers jump, and so they get that stop, but now they jump offside, and that will turn 2nd and 9 to 2nd and 4. And against a grinded-out team, cannot afford that. Oh, and they're going to call that on Montrose. Hey, they called that one on Erie in the first half. That was a head-scratcher. This one also caused me to scratch my head a little bit. Not sure where that call came from, but, you know, it happened. 2nd and 14 now. So now Montrose behind the sticks. Wareham under center. He'll hand it off up the middle. The Tigers try and get to that one quickly. And Griffin, man, he's just a bulldozer in there.
He really is. And, I mean, the diversions that Montrose's offense are really making large holes for Griffin to just, you know, run up the middle and get good, consistent yardages.
So 3rd and 8. Maybe the longest 3rd down in the last about 4 or 5 drives for the Hawks. Wareham under center, sends a man in motion. Now they'll stop, they'll check, and they'll call a new play here. Tigers did not follow the motion. Wonder if that tells Montrose something. Wide receiver split to the far side. Wareham, he will run the out wheel route, a big hit, but the catch out of the backfield, it was the quick hitter, and that's a 10-yard gain and enough for the 1st down. Coming up to make the tackle was, I believe that was Julian Garcia, and it was just an eyelash too late. Clock will continue to roll. 2-point lead for Montrose. Tigers need a break defensively. They need a stop or a turnover. Montrose has drove the ball at will. There's the handoff up the middle. Tigers try and collapse. Pile moves forward and a gain of 3 yards. Wash, rinse, repeat. Second and 7. Wareham turns, hands off. I tell you what, that Tiger front is doing a better job, I think, on this drive.
I think they got a real talking to at halftime that they need to be able to stop these runs. It's really what's killing them in this game.
Tell you what, Coach Geiger, he's won 2 state championships. He went to one with Erie last year. He's a defensive guy. He knows how to do it. It just, can you stay disciplined enough? You have to match discipline with discipline. 3rd and 5 for the Hawks. Double tight, double wing. The deep man is Griffin. There's the handoff up the middle, and it's stopped after a gain of about 2, and that'll bring up 4th and 2. So this is huge. Montrose going to go to the line quickly. If the Tigers could get a stop, they'd have excellent field position. They've got to get just across the 48 or right at the 48 if they're Montrose. They're taking their time here. Looking to the sideline. They'll come up to the line quickly. Tigers get set. Hawks get set. Man in motion. There's the snap. Turnaround, handoff into the pile. Diving through and gaining just enough up to the 49.5 is Griffin. And Montrose keeps the chains moving, keeps the clock moving, and after a very slow first half, we're already almost halfway through this 3rd quarter in this ground attack from Montrose.
Montrose really keeping Erie on his feet. You know, they're mixing in runs a lot, but at any time they could run a little hook and ladder and get another 20 yards on this Erie defense.
There's the little end around run, big hole, and just tripped up, and then Hall tried to clean up the mess after a pickup there of about 7. 2nd and 6. or 4 rather, after the 6-yard gain. Wareham checks in on the wristband. Another give up the middle. No, that was pulled out at the last second. Man, what a read by Wareham. That's the deception there. It was the triple option.
I'm not even sure who broke through the line there, but they had him right after the, I guess, fake handoff. But, yeah, like you said, what a good read by the quarterback pulling it out and at the last second.
Yeah, that was Logan Gilmore that stopped the guy that didn't have the ball, and I thought that's where the ball went. But little good job of handiwork there by Wareham, and he pulled it out. Triple option on that one. So 1st and 10, fresh set of downs here for Montrose. Handoff up the middle, and Griffin dives his way forward for a pickup there of about 3. Checking back in for the Tigers is Armin Shirtazan. Tigers subbing men on defensively. Carson Hagman will check in. Man, it would be nice if we could we saw Hagman time up the snap a couple times last week, get through a hole, and drop Mullen back for a loss. That would be real nice about right now. 2nd and 8. Little reverse pivot handoff up the middle, and Griffin again just steamrolls his way for another 5 yards. And this is like watching football with leather helmets.
Back to the old days.
They might have played on dirt lots. The rubber might have been used tires. It wasn't ground up into pellets, though. 3rd down and short. Handoff again up the middle. Why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And on 3rd and 3, a 4 to 5 yard pickup and another 1st down. And we have gone through 8 minutes in this drive. This is a patented Montrose drive. And if you are the Tigers, you're getting real nervous because suddenly clock becomes a factor, even though it's the 3rd quarter. You give the ball to Montrose, they can just grind the clock like this. 1st and 10. Handoff on the edge. Good cut up the middle to the open field. Hall's trying to tackle the ball carrier, and a touchdown. 29 yards on the carry on the little end around, and Montrose will take a 2-score lead if they can get an extra point here.
Looks like there might have been a penalty on the play.
And a penalty, I think, is going to bring this one back. I didn't realize that. So 1st and 20. That is a huge moment for the Tigers. Man, I didn't see the flag. I never saw it on the ground. You tapped me and said, hey, they're bringing this one back. I was wondering, I was just a little confused by the reaction of everyone. Everyone else saw the flag but me. 1st and long. Pass play. Pass over the middle. That one is tipped away. Hall was trying to break on the ball. Montrose was trying to squeeze it in there to Austin Zimmer, the junior running back. And
Derek Hall, the senior, on that coverage. And in the game against Ponderosa, he made a pretty crucial interception that unfortunately didn't lead to the win, but that was good coverage from Derek Hall right there.
2nd down and 20 to go from the 40. They got to get just on the other side, so it's a more like 2nd and 21. Wareham is going to call timeout. 3:27 left. This could be the defining drive of the game. Your Montrose, you scored, but a penalty brought it back. You don't have an offense that has just been getting loads of plays over 10 yards, and now you got to find a way to get 20 yards in the next 3 plays, or you're giving it back to an explosive Erie offense. So this is quite the moment here for both these teams. If you're Coach Geiger, what are you telling your guys out there?
They gotta really stay head down in this defense. I mean, like you said before, this offense isn't really capable of big explosive plays. So if Erie's defense can just stay in there, stop those 5 to 6 yard runs up the middle, I think Erie next drive can score a touchdown and maybe put this one away.
3:27 left in this quarter. Montrose has had it the entire time. Handoff up the middle, no one there, and it's going to be a touchdown. And on 2nd and 20, a 40-yard run. I have no idea how that happened. It looked like it was stopped initially, and that's a killer there for the Tiger defense.
Maybe I should stop talking. Right after I said Montrose isn't capable of any explosive plays.
Yeah.
Number 3 right there takes it, 40 yards, 20 yards, or 30 yards? The touchdown. How about that, huh?
Yeah. Making us eat crow, this Montrose side. Snap good, kick is up, and it is good. And so now it is a 2-score game with the extra point. 26-35, 9-point lead for Montrose. 3:17 remaining here in the quarter.
Please come to the announcing booth. Megan Langerock, if you could please make your way to the announcing booth, please.
Well, what an interesting game. We have had a little bit of everything. We have had interesting special teams plays. We have had some explosive offensive plays. We have had very few turnovers.
Yes,
that's been the one thing. Both these offenses have done a good job. Montrose did fumble, but Erie fumbled a punt, so both sides have given up good field position due to a turnover.
I mean, what else do you expect? I mean, 2 extremely high-caliber teams in this 4A division. I mean, they each won each other's heads.
So 3:17 left. If you're Erie, I mean, part of you want to score quickly, but you don't want to send your gas defense right back out there either. Oh, that one got through the wickets for Lusk. He has to run backward to retrieve it. Now he's going to bend it to the near side, cuts up, and does a pretty good job getting it back close to the 20. That could have been a lot worse, and Lusk made the first man miss and was able to just kind of fall forward.
Like we said before, it's been a steady rain here at Tiger Stadium. The effects really starting to show. I mean, that's 3 kickoffs now that have been fumbled or muffled by the return team of the Erie Tigers.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 18. That's where the Tigers will take over. Barnett in the shotgun. Trips to the far side, takes it, gives it. It's Kana. He's got a little bit of a hole, and he dances his way across the 25 up to the 29 for an 11-yard pickup and a first down. Kana now about 36 yards rushing. We credited him with the 10-yard loss on that backward pass. That probably should be credited to Blake. I'm not actually sure where that goes officially in the stat book. 1st and 10, though, for the Tigers. 2:37. Barnett in the shotgun again. He'll drop back to pass, looking, fires the deep ball. Oh, there's a clear hold, and that's going to be multiple flags coming out. Caden Lettuce was trying to break free into the open field and got the jersey tugged. And tell you what, you can get away with some grabbing, but once you tug the jersey, you're going to get called for that every time.
I think Blake really liked that matchup there. Caden Lettuce, a big, tall man out there. You know, he's a little covered, but he put it up there, try to give his receiver a chance. Didn't work out, but still a penalty called and still a positive play for the Erie Tigers.
So this one's going to be a first down here for the Tigers. They still haven't administered the penalty. Man, the penalty administration has been a little slow today. But it hasn't been wrong. It's just been slow. All right, 1st and 10. Tigers quickly to the line here. They're ready to run their play. There's the snap. Barnett looks. Fires the up and out to O'Brien and overthrows him. Donovan O'Brien ran the little chair
Blake had all the time in the world on that one. I just think that, not a lot of chemistry between those two. O'Brien only being a sophomore, hasn't had a lot of snaps here with Blake, so I think that might have been the factor there.
Now Blake tossed it right as O'Brien hit the upcut and just overcooked it. Now 2nd and 10, and Barnett maybe saw some blitzers there from Montrose. Kind of a stunting blitz, and he sees it, and he delivers a high looping ball, and Levine tried to turn around and catch it, and the DB, to his credit, he didn't really contact. Josh, if you are the receiver, you almost just stop and let the defender run over you because he's not looking. Just let him run you over.
Yeah. That was good patience for Blake to stay in the pocket there. He had that edge rusher there right up in his face, Wasn't the greatest throw, but for Josh to even have a chance at that, it's a great throw.
3rd and 10 now. Tigers must execute. Down 2 scores. Barnett claps the hands, sees a couple Hawks jumping for it, runs read option, keeps it himself, gets out of 1 tackle, and then he's swarmed by a slew of white jerseys for a big loss, a loss of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down and 17, and the Tigers going to send out their punting unit. Montrose players shaken up out there. Referees stopped it momentarily so he could get off. Now if you're Erie, you just did the worst thing that could happen is you let Montrose score after the opening possession, and then you get stopped and you have to punt back, and you're already down, and now you're down 2 scores. And we have seen magic before, but I think if you're Montrose, this is the position you want to be in for redemption. And, there's a punt. It passed the line of scrimmage. Did the Tigers fall on it? I don't think they did. That was I don't know if that was intentional, but Harner, and he's pumping his fist. He aimed that punt at an Indian or a Hawk that was on the other side of the line of scrimmage. It hit him. That would have been a fumble, but Montrose able to recover. Wow, that was almost genius. Look at we are watching our own replay, and actually the reason Caleb did that is he juked out a player going for the punt, and then he just kind of popped it right into the back of the Hawk. Unfortunately for the Tigers, recovered by Montrose. Almost a huge turn of events, and now Montrose has excellent field position. Handoff up the middle, and that was stopped for no gain.
That's what the Tigers really need to start doing. Being able to diagnose which way this triple option is going to go is going to be a real factor in trying to put this game away.
So 2nd and 10 here. Montrose quickly to the line. Wareham under center. Gives it up the middle to Griffin, and he'll just hammer his way forward for about 4 yards. Man, there were some big collisions in that massive humanity.
Blake Griffin really putting this Montrose team on his back. He's been the main contributor to this football game right now.
3rd down. Tigers have not been able to stop Montrose outside of a fumble really all game. Crowd has been taken out of it quite a bit here. Handoff, and there's another 1st down. Just that little bit of misdirection. The seam popped open, and Griffin is just finding the holes and has executed time and time again, and that will take us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. At the end of 3, the Tigers trail at 26-35 here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo. It's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
Every 4 computers now have primary control with critical vehicle functions.
One up the middle there by Blake Griffin, just really hammering through this Erie defense at the moment.
And right now, if you're an Erie Tiger fan, this is like going to the dentist. And Erie people know all about that, all these dentists in Erie, but it is just slow and painful. There is a loose ball. I don't think Erie got on it, but there was a kind of a missed exchange, and that's really all you can hope for right now. Not been able to stop the run. Defensive lineman down for Montrose, and you hope he's okay.
Every 4 computers now have primary control with critical vehicle functions.
Montrose player being walked out on his own power. Happy to see that.
So 3rd down and 5 to go here for Montrose.
Blake walking down the sideline trying to get his defense in this game to finish it.
Also, Mr. Klein trying to get the Erie fans back in over the PA announcement. 3rd and 5. Snap, turnaround, handoff up the middle, and a gain of maybe a couple, and that'll bring up 4th and short. 11:03 remaining here in the quarter.
Fourth down and 4 here for the Montrose. Hawks. Number 9 looking to his sideline, getting a play from his coaches. Looks down at his wristband. Under in shotgun. Looks at it. Quick slant route. Makes the connection. Stop it right after the throw, though. That is a first down conversion for the Montrose Hawks. Quick little slant route was the conversion.
Well, our broadcast computer, so the back of the computer has gotten wet where all our connections are. That has taken out our switcher. It's completely useless. We're trying to manually switch things in the software, and we're having problems, people. So I'm sorry about the music playing. I'm sorry that we couldn't show you the band at halftime. We are on the struggle bus, to say the least. And we're trying everything we can. So every little problem that can pop up is popping up right now. And it's like whack-a-mole here in the broadcast booth. So be thankful. I'll tell you what, if you don't enjoy tonight's stream, we'll give you your money back. So another injured Hawk down on the field. Second and 6 here for Montrose. Turnaround, handoff, and that was stacked up near the line of scrimmage. They're just white jerseys flying all over the place, Keegan.
And you said it. I mean, this Montrose offense is just picking apart this Tigers defense. The Tigers really have no answer for these triple option runs.
At this point, if you're Erie, you hope to get a stop, get the ball back, score, get an onside kick, score again. That's the recipe against this Montrose team, I think. But you got to get the stop first. Third and only about 4. This has been Montrose's territory tonight. The keeper, the touchdown. Tigers don't stay disciplined defensively, and an easy score there for Montrose. That's going to take it from a 9-point game up to a 15-point game. And you know, Keegan, you think, okay, last year we ran roughshed through everyone in our schedule. And then we got to the playoffs, and I tell you what, we took care of business against Palmer Ridge, but that was dicey at times. I bet the win probability that is calculated by all these stat people probably said Montrose at one point had a 99% chance of winning, and the Tigers kind of pulled a rabbit out of the hat there. And then they lost in the state championship game. This year, guess what? They're getting punched in the mouth early. I think this will serve the Tigers well. This is still a playoff team. You still have maybe the best player in all of 4A football on your roster. I think it's good for this team right now to get kind of popped in the mouth like we've seen in the 2 of the first 3 games here in this season.
We've had this conversation before where Erie didn't really take their first loss last season until late into the regular season. So for a loss to Ponderosa in the first game, and then a comeback at Mullen, and now a little, a little bit of a stretch here for Erie to win this game. like you said, I do believe that this might give us harden us, make us a little bit more disciplined on defense, and give us a chance to try to get back to state this year.
42-26, the score right now. Tigers in some trouble. And bouncer that will roll out of bounds. So the Tigers will start from the 35 here. Well, you've only got 8:29 left, but it's a little more complicated. Not only would you have to score twice, but you have to get 2 two-point conversions as well.
You also have to stop this Montrose defense, or Montrose offense, when they get the ball. Erie has had no answers for them tonight.
So 1st and 10. Rolling out is Barnett. He's being chased. Throws the deep curl. And, man, that little deep curl with Josh Levine has been real nice.
Blake with the ability to roll out there, look very calm, flip his hips around, and put that throw right on the money.
Tell you what, that's a tough throw. I always hated trying to throw while I ran to my left. Now Barnett in the shotgun, claps the hands, rolls to his right. It's a screen that's set up, and it was well read. I mean, talk about reading, diagnosing the big fella, getting his paw up there. That was Marion Lopez. And that one stopped what was otherwise a pretty well set up screen. Just the one guy blew it up.
Yeah, that's all it takes. I mean, this Montrose defense is really cracking down on the Tigers' offense, whether it's the rollouts or the runs or anything that Erie really throws at him. Montrose is doing a really good job of locking it down.
Barnett takes a snap, rolls the pocket again, throws on the run, a deep ball, and just overshot Josh Levine, rather. And that will bring up 3rd and 10.
Blake with another rollout there, trying to escape the pocket when it's collapsing on him. Really a tough throw, especially down that right sideline on that fade to Josh. Tough throw.
3rd down and 10. Tigers in do-or-die territory now. Barnett, they're setting up a middle screen. It was one-hand juggle catch, and there goes Lettuce, jumping, avoiding a man, and a good gain there by Caden, a pickup there of about 17. That was, that was kind of making lemonade out of lemons there, because I'm not sure how great it was set up. The throw was a little bit out in front of Lettuce. He had to pull it in one-handed. He had to do a little dipsy-doodle there at the end to avoid a tackler and gets the 1st down.
Got it done. They brought those edge rushers, really gave Blake some problems.
1st and 10. Barnett drops back, looking, fires, has the seam route, hits Levine over the middle. He pulls it down over the hash, and he is inside the 5, down to the 3.
What a play call. More importantly, what a play by Blake, staying in that pocket, delivering that ball.
And you could see a little bit that time the wind kind of knocked that one down. So 1st and goal from inside the 5, 32 yards on the play from Barnett to Levine. Tigers get the snap. Barnett fires the slant route, and it's caught, and a touchdown, Caden Lettuce.
Blake, there you go.
So Lettuce pulls it in for his 2nd score of the game, and the Tigers need to get the 2-point conversion to bring it back to a 1-score game.
What a drive from Blake Barnett and Josh Levine. I mean, I know Caden Lettuce put that final dagger in, but the long play by Josh to Blake, or from Blake to Josh, really played that drive.
Now Tigers have to go for 2. Barnett trying to get to the end zone, dives, gets hit, and he scores, and that makes it a 1-possession game with 7:21 left. Do the Tigers have another rabbit in their hat? We'll stay here because commercials are complicated right now on the Erie Tiger Network, so we'll stay right here.
when we have tried to go to commercial, we've had some audio issues. We've been frozen out, trying to come back a couple times now. So we're going to stay right here.
Blake getting it done with his legs right there. Really showing himself as an athlete.
All right.
What do you think, Berta? Onside kick? What are you feeling here?
It's not on the far hash. I don't see Dom out there. I don't see Sean Thomas. So I don't think it'll be quite as sneaky. I don't see a player hanging out down here on the sideline, but I imagine I wouldn't be surprised for them to try and squeeze it maybe on the numbers near the 20. You almost have players for Montrose that would have to turn around and get there and pick up a wet ball. And that's pretty much where it's put. There is quite a little juggle, and then Montrose says, hey, we don't even want to play with fire right now. We've seen this before.
Get on the ground.
Let's just take care of the football. Double wing. Handoff up the middle, and that time Griffin kind of got met near the line of scrimmage and then does what he always does, falls forward.
Yeah, that's all it takes. A couple 2 or 3 yards. The Redhawks offense will take that any day.
Man, a couple of the Montrose offensive linemen have been shaken up. You hope they're okay, but that might impact Montrose here down the stretch. I can't tell if they're all quite back out there or not. Wareham under center, 6:44 and counting. Going to milk the clock now. There's the snap. There's the give on the end around, and the Tigers able to stop it after a gain of only about 3, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. But Montrose has executed to perfection in these instances here today.
I'm not sure what the exact stat is, but have they converted on every 3rd down?
Been close if they haven't. There was a 4th down they had to convert earlier in the game. I think maybe even 2. Tiger fans trying to will their defense to bow their necks, stiffen up here, and get the stop. There's the handoff on the end around, and there's the big 1st down. And once again, it has been that little wingback sweep on 3rd down that has just been a Tiger killer. And now the clock will run under 5 minutes. It's still a 1-possession game. Erie would have to get the 2-point conversion. But they have to get a stop first. And if you're Montrose, at this point you're thinking about, hey, let's just run. There's no reason to risk a pass at all. Handoff on the little wingback sweep again, and again on 1st down at least, it's temporarily stopped. The Erie drone, I wonder if it's malfunctioning. It is basically hovering not very far from the Montrose huddle, and it's going to land, and they're going to have to stop and go pick it up. Yeah.
What a night. What a night for video. What a night for football, huh?
If you are into technology, tonight's not your night. If you are Amish, tonight might be your night. You're probably not watching on the ETN, nor did you hear that comment, but you might be enjoying the night. A handoff up the middle, and that time the Tigers collapsed and stopped the run after a very short gain. So 3rd and 6. And this is where Erie has just been dreadful here tonight. Or down at distance, just so tiny. We reverted back, and we forgot to hit save. after we changed the graphics. It's just cracking me up seeing the tiny little 3 and 6. Okay, 3rd and 6. This game has been a comedy of errors. Can Erie get Montrose to commit one finally? And a timeout coming from the Montrose sideline. And we will once again stay right here. This game is brought to you by Gen Realty. Gen Realty, proud sponsor of Erie Athletics. Gen's been an Erie resident specialist since 2005. Contact Gen for all of your local town real estate needs. By the way, we had a Patreon supporter jump on earlier this game. I saw that kind of go across notification, so thank you to that. If you'd love to support us, we are looking at renting some wireless hotspots that bonds networks and helps us get things souped up for state softball. We're always trying to kind of add things here to the broadcast, and so we'd love your support. Helps pay fees and help us out here. Patreon.com/Erie Tiger Network. All right, big 3rd down for the Tigers. Still a chance, a chip and a chair. 3rd and 6. Montrose trying to tweak the play at the line here. Snap, give, straight up the gut. That stopped short. Ooh, they gave him a heck of a spot. I thought Griffin was down right, maybe a half a yard short, and they gave him that other half. And I'm literally standing on the 46 where the down marker is. So I got a pretty good view of that. That was generous. And we'd show you replay, but we can't really activate our replay. So poor John has been crushing it, cataloging replays. And we can't do anything to show it. Keegan and I are watching on our monitors, though. And, oh, man, that was right on the down to gain. A little reverse again, and again, Tigers have this half, they've stopped 1st and 2nd down runs. Yeah. They cannot stop Montrose on 3rd down.
Yeah, that last 3rd down and sometimes the 4th down, they just cannot get it done. Right there, they swallowed the run up, but what happened on that 3rd and down, or that 3rd and 6 where they let up a 7-yard run?
I mean, we're watching Keegan, and I tell you what.
It's close.
Referees have a hard job. I do think it's short. Even on watching the replay, but we've already mentioned we're a little biased here for sure. All right, 2nd and 8. And it's a play action, and it is Oh, my goodness. Reading the play was Dylan Firebaugh, and he had a pick, a game-changing pick on a peculiar pass call, and he couldn't hold on to it, and he is sick, and his teammates are trying to keep his spirits high. Logan Quinn tapping him on the helmet. I mean, Dylan read that to perfection, jumped up. Heck, he might have had 6 the other way if he held on to that.
Just immaculate coverage. I mean, Montrose's quarterback really had nowhere else to go with that ball. If he wanted to run it, he could, but he would have had Dylan to answer to.
3rd and 8. Here's where Montrose has been stellar. 2:28 left. Tigers do have all 3 timeouts. There's the little give on the outside handoff. There's the 1st down. Nobody there for the Tigers. And there's the touchdown. That's actually the worst thing I think you could do if you're Montrose. Yeah. Fall down. Well, that'll give the Tigers the ball back. And Erie will only have 2:17 to try and score twice. But, man, the running game has been dominant for Montrose, and especially on 3rd down.
I mean, all props to Montrose and how they got ready for this game. I mean, I can't imagine what their practices were like, but it must have been hard hitting. You know, props to this Montrose offense.
All right, so, man, you had it 3rd and 7. You had it 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 8 on the drive, and you couldn't stop them once, and that will cause Coach Geiger, I think, to stew all weekend over that one. So 2:17 left here. And now it would be even, I think, a bigger miracle should it happen. It is a 15-point game.
We'd really need some magic here at Tiger Stadium here for the Tigers to have a chance.
Four points on the board for the Tigers, and a talented Tigers defense, but I just quite haven't figured out that Ponderosa, same thing. They really gashed them in the run game. And this Tiger run defense, that's, I think, might end up defining their season. If they can figure it out, this team will be really difficult to beat come November. If they can't figure it out, they're going to have to grind and scratch to a playoff spot.
I agree. And I don't doubt that we'll see Montrose in these playoffs again. And if the Tigers can overcome them or overcome over this defense to stop this run, they might have a chance.
Bouncing kick, picked up. And Kana almost, or that was Lusk actually, almost popped through the seam there. And now if you're Montrose, you kind of play, hey, we're going to let you dink and dunk.
A little over 2 minutes left on the clock. We want to again recognize and thank the Montrose fans for making the drive out here.
So 2nd and 10. Barnett claps the hands, drops back, looking. Now he's being pressured, has to scramble around, gets outside the pocket, but I think it has to get to the line of scrimmage. And no intentional grounding call here. They'll say that was, well, I think, just like I thought the Montrose one, the run on 3rd down was short, I thought that was short of the line to gain, the line of scrimmage rather, and I thought that could have been called intentional grounding. So 2nd and 10 here. Montrose D-line pinning their ears back. Barnett this time has all day, fires to Cave Meredith. That's his first catch of the season. Nice adjustment from Cave. Good hands, pulls it in at the Montrose 41.
Just a nice little 10-yard fade route for Cave there. And Cave and Blake have been playing since middle school, so they definitely have the chemistry, and it's really showed on that play.
Barnett in the shotgun, 4 wide, takes the low snap. Waits, fires the deep out cut, tried to hit Donovan O'Brien on that out cut and overshot him. That's a tough throw to make. I mean, it's only 15 yards down the field, but it's another 25 yards across the field. I don't know, someone's going to, I'm not a math teacher, so I don't know the hypotenuse of the triangle or whatever we're trying to figure out. Air yards. Barnett takes the snap, looks, fires down the seam. Man, he ripped it down the seam, and Lettuce snagged it, still on his feet, and he's churning the legs, dragging Redhawks with him, and a good gain there of 30 yards for Caden Lettuce.
Same route that Cave just ran, just right up that middle with that little fade route.
Now Barnett claps his hands, looks, fires the out route again, and O'Brien had it knocked away. Didn't quite get the separation that time.
Great coverage from the Montrose defensive back there, being able to stay in front of that ball and poke his hand in there.
So 2nd and 10 here for the Tigers. It's really not down in distance that we're worried about. It's the clock. Only 1:27 left. Barnett's going to roll the pocket to his right. He actually has room to run. He'll fire on the run. It's caught, and it's a touchdown. So the Tigers score with 1:21 left. They're down by 9. So let's see what they do. They can send out their extra point crew, but you have to get it or you lose the game. Because at some point you've got to get 2, and if you don't get the 1 here, and in the wind and rain, I'm nervous. Oh, that's why. The ball's still on the ground. Hoffman gets swarmed. I tell you what, I didn't. Why didn't you go for 2? Yep. You need it at some point. You don't want to try that in the elements, I don't think. And you saw we're right there. Well, it's not going to happen tonight, Tigers.
Just a poor snap, just rolled around the ground there, and the holder really had no other choice but to try to make something happen. Unfortunately, nothing could come from it.
So a minute and 20 seconds left. The Tigers will certainly onside kick, but they have to onside kick, recover, score, onside kick, recover, score. That's you're down by 9 points, 2 scores.
What are the odds?
Yeah,
huh?
I just, in this weather, I just think extra points at the high school level become so much more difficult to execute. These are not pros out there. These are kids who earlier today were in biology class.
Math class. I got Tyler Hoffman in my math class.
So Harner, there is the little onside kicker, and that didn't even go 10 yards, but it was gobbled up anyways. Now the Tigers still have 3 timeouts. This could make the last minute 20 real long.
Do they decide to just stop the clock, or do you think they just let it happen?
Well, I think you play to win.
Yeah.
You got 3 timeouts. Stranger things have happened in this stadium between these 2 teams. So, but you got to do something you haven't done all night, and that is stop Montrose 3 or 4 straight times. End around, and there's been no answer to that. Man, that ball I thought almost came out there. Derek Hall tried to put a hat on the ball. And Erie's not calling a timeout, at least not yet. Oftentimes in this situation, you don't call a timeout on first down just to have one, because you're, I don't know. We're trying to
make up some sort
of
of
a win out of something that is not there. Last year it was far different. You had 6 minutes left. You're down 2 scores. You had the ball. A little bit different of a situation. And there's the first down run. And I think after that, Coach Geiger says, you know what?
Let it happen.
We got whooped defensively tonight. I think I'm ready to get back to work and try and fix this. And the Montrose sideline and fans are going crazy. And I tell you what, that is a far drive, and it will be a far better bus ride home for these Red Hawks and their fans. And that will do it as time runs out. So a special thanks to everyone involved in the broadcast. Abby, Chad, John, Noah, Will. We had Declan. We had Adam Wixom. And who else is still up there? Missing anyone? I think I got them all. So for Keegan, I'm Brandon. So glad you could join us here tonight in a strange, sloppy game. Congrats to the Montrose Red Hawks for coming to Erie and avenging their loss from a year ago. They will move to 1-2. Both teams at 1-2. Both teams at 1-2 on the season. Both teams at 1-2. Both teams still probably top 10 teams. This might not be the last matchup this year between these 2 squads. Two good squads. And of course, a special thanks to the Montrose crew for coming out tonight. For everyone across the Erie Tiger Network, I'm Brandon Bird. Until next time, Tiger fans, I'll chirp at you later.